From the sun-kissed beaches of California to the majestic mountains of Colorado and the bright lights of New York City, the United States of America boasts some of the world's most captivating destinations. So pack your bags and get ready to explore as we take you to a journey to top places to visit in the US. Welcome back to our channel. For today's video, we will show you the top 25 must-visit places in the USA. Let's get started. Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is the second deepest lake in America, located on the boundary between Nevada and California. With a depth of almost 1,600 feet, it is quite huge. We like how clear the blue water is. It's also known for its smooth granite rocks that protrude from the ocean. We recommend coming around July to allow the water to warm up a little bit. Yosemite National Park. Yosemite is one of the most beautiful national parks and is about a 4-hour trip from Lake Tahoe. It is well known for its towering granite cliffs, pristine streams, and thunderous waterfalls. The Half Dome is one of the park's most unique attractions. This massive slab of granite rises almost 5,000 feet from the valley below. One side is a vertical cliff, while the other half resembles a circular dome. Yosemite Falls is one of the most well-known waterfalls in the park. It is one of the world's tallest and upper falls, reaching 1,430 feet. Big Sur, California. Big Sur, located on the Pacific One-on-One route, is one of America's most spectacular trips, known for its meandering curves, seashore bluffs, and misty shoreline views. The Bixby Creek Bridge is one of the greatest spots in Big Sur. You'll see why it's one of the California's most photographed bridges. Redwoods. Redwoods are world's tallest trees, with the tallest reaching 379 feet. Redwood groves can be found all along the northern California coast. There are numerous locations where you can see them. Oregon. Massive volcanoes and numerous waterfalls can be found here. Oregon has some of the nicest coastline in the United States. We strongly advise going down the 101 Coastal Highway. These enormous rocks might be found in Mayor Beach. Seattle. We adore how it's built directly on Puget Sound, with a skyline full of skyscrapers and a backdrop of gigantic Mount Rainier and the state of Washington. If you're in Seattle, you should go to Pike's Place. It is a public market that has been around and open for almost a century. It's packed with fresh produced products, one-of-a-kind stores, and the world's first Starbucks. Alaska. Alaska is the epitome of wilderness, with some of the world's largest mountains and glaciers, and it's one of the few spots in the United States where you can see the aurora borealis. It's hard to believe how wide and untouched the vistas are. Because certain locations are so remote, helicopters or bush planes are a preferred mode of transportations. If you ever want to get away from the insanity of the world, Alaska might be the place to go to. Oahu, Hawaii. If you enjoy hiking, surfing, and other outdoor activities, Hawaii is the place to go. Waikiki is a prominent tourist destination on the island of Oahu. It's the ideal blend of city and seaside. High-rise hotels and stores lines the beach. It is an ideal location for surfing and catching waves. The North Shore is another well-known location on Oahu. The North Shore has 17 miles of beachfront and some of the best surfing in the world. Kauai. Because Kauai is the oldest, it is also the most beautiful and diverse. It's known for the Garden Island, and once you visit, you'll understand why. Nepali Coast is one destination to visit. There are just a few sites in the world like this. The Nepali Coast is rich with sea cliffs that climb 3,000 feet from the ocean. If there are any that match the beauty of this coastline, in contrast, deep narrow valleys empty into the sea below. New York City. We are returning to the continental United States to see the famed New York City. With its massive towers, numerous sculptures, and frantic pace. It's a spot that must be visited. The Brooklyn Bridge is one of the city's must-see attractions. The Brooklyn Bridge is one of New York's most photogenic landmarks. This enormous bridge joins the boroughs of Brooklyn and Manhattan. The bridge opened in 1883 and has since become one of the New York's most prominent tourist attractions. Times Square is one of New York City's most well-known landmarks. It is one of the world's most popular tourist destinations, attracting over 50 million visitors each year. It's littered with thousands of lights and ads. There's just a lot of energy here. You may spend hours walking around there. There are street entertainers and plethora of odd attractions. If you want to get away from the city, go to Central Park. It was founded in 1876 and features stunning bridges as well as numerous walkways where you can exercise or ride your bike. New England. Following our exploration of New York, we will go to the surrounding region of New England. New England is now consisting of states of Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Maine. New England is one of the most historically significant regions in the United States. It is where the Pilgrims settled in 1620 and where the Revolutionary conflict began. Boston. Boston is the most populous city in New England. Boston, Massachusetts is one of the oldest localities in the United States, having been founded in 1630 by Puritan settlers. Vermont. Now, if you want to skate the city while also seeing some wilderness, I recommend coming to Vermont. This could be one of the nicest sites to visit throughout the fall season. The trees become an incredible crimson, orange, and yellow. Vermont also has historical towns like Brattleboro. Maine. Maine is the northeasternmost state in the United States, bordering Canada. It is well known for its gorgeous coastline, which is dotted with lighthouses and lobster shocks. Portland is one of the Maine's most popular cities. It's a lovely city on Maine's coast. It was first colonized by Europeans in 1623. It is now famous for its old port neighborhood and harbor. Acadia National Park. The cat is predominantly found on Mount Desert Island. The national park is filled with granite peaks, rocky beaches, and an abundance of lovely vegetation. It has to be one of the most impressive national parks on the East Coast, in my opinion. Florida Keys. The Florida Keys are a coral reef archipelago located just off the coast of southern Florida. It's essentially the American equivalent of the Bahamas. What's truly astonishing is that all of the islands are linked by a road, making it one of the most scenic journeys in the United States. You can view the azure Caribbean Sea when driving over the bridges. The 7-mile bridge is one of the most stunning. It was one of the world's longest bridges at that time of its construction. It never comes to an end. The ultimate stop on the Keys is the city of Key West. It is the most southern point on the American continent. Wyoming. The huge prismatic spring is one of Yellowstone's most well-known features. It's the world's third largest hot spring, with a depth of 160 feet and a spectacular rainbow color from above. You can walk around the spring platforms, but the finest view is from the short trip up to the big prismatic spring overlook. Geysers erupt every 90 minutes due to their dependability, and the boiling water can reach 185 feet high. Grand Tetons National Park. People consider this to be one of their favorite national parks. They simply adore the beautiful landscape and unique jag shape of Grand Tetons, and there are numerous hikes to choose from on a daily basis. Delta Lake. It's a strenuous trek, but when you reach the summit, you're rewarded with a beautiful blue Gatorade-colored glacial lake with the towering Grand Teton Mountain as a backdrop. It was just difficult to beat the sight. Nothing beats a polar plunge in glacier water to make you feel alive. Idaho. You must travel to Idaho to see the St. Anthony Sand Dunes. This site is strange. It's almost 10,000 acres of sand dunes next to farmland that feels out of place. But the entire area is perfect playground. If you enjoy riding dune buggies or dirt motorcycles, some of the dunes reach 400 feet in height. Utah. The well-known Bonneville Salt Flats. The Salt Flats are about 2 hours' drive west of the Salt Lake City, is one of the strangest places in Utah and the globe, consisting of 30,000 acres of mud covered in a layer of salt. Because there is no flora, all that is available is white and surrounding mountains. The Salt Flats have appeared in numerous music videos and films, including Pirates of the Caribbean. New Mexico. Shiprock is possibly one of the most bizarre and unusual rock constructions ever seen. From a Google Earth perspective, what makes it so unusual is that the volcanic spines that lead up to the rock. 3 volcanic spines may be seen coming together at the rock. Lake Powell. Lake Powell is one of the world's coolest man-made lakes. It is a reservoir located in Utah and Arizona. It's been dubbed as America's Lost Natural Park, since it's similar to the Grand Canyon but filled with water. Now, since Lake Powell was established in 1960, many of my family and friends will rent a houseboat and go boating for weeks throughout the summer. Antelope Canyon. It's only 20 minutes from Horseshoe Bend. Antelope Canyon is now one of the world's most stunning slot canyons. From the outside, the area appears to be a typical desert environment. But as you descend into the slot canyon, you will see some of the most stunning sculptured sandstones. Zion National Park. It is just out of this world. Pictures and videos don't do this justice. It's home to steep red rocks cliffs and that are thousands of feet high. Thank you for watching. See you next time.